Apple just did the most Apple thing ever with the brand new iPhone 17e. I mean, we have been waiting for this budget phone for months, and every single leak promised us one massive upgrade. The dynamic island. Well, spoiler alert, it is nowhere to be found. Yep, you heard me right. The notch is still surviving in 2026. So grab a snack and let us break down exactly what Apple actually changed this year, what they totally ignored, and whether you should actually spend your hard-earned cash on the 17e or jump ship to Android. Alright, let us get the bad news out of the way first so we can focus on the good stuff. Visually, the 17e is basically a clone of the iPhone 16. They have the exact same dimensions, the exact same 6.1-inch screen size, and sadly, the exact same display tech. That means no upgrade in brightness, no thinner bezels, and absolutely zero signs of a 120Hz refresh rate. You are still stuck looking at a 60Hz panel with that classic notch. I am honestly a bit heartbroken, especially since even the most trusted insiders swore we were getting the dynamic island. But nope, Applegate kept it again. But before you click away in rage, Apple actually gave us a massive win in the wallet department. Are you sitting down for this? The base model now starts at 256 gigabytes of storage, and the crazy part, they did not increase the price at all. It still starts at $599. Just to put that in perspective for you, if you wanted the 256 gig version of the iPhone 16 back at launch, you had to fork over $699. In a world where RAM and storage prices are absolutely skyrocketing, getting double the base storage on a budget iPhone is a miracle. So, huge points to Apple for that one. Now, let us talk about the back of the phone, because Apple finally listened to our complaints. MagSafe is here. Leaving this off the previous budget models was a terrible move, so seeing those glorious magnets inside the 17e is a breath of fresh air. This means you can finally snap on all your favorite accessories, and your wireless charging speed just got doubled. You now get 15-watt wireless charging instead of the painfully slow 7.5 watts from last year. Sure, it is not the super fast 25-watt charging that the Pro models get, but it is still a massive quality of life upgrade. And heads up, if you are buying official Apple or Beats cases, they finally have the MagSafe magnets built in too. You might remember last year the official iPhone 16 cases had 0 magnets, which forced everyone to buy third-party ones. Because of this fix, the official silicone cases did jump in price from $39 to $49. Adding those magnets did make the 17e exactly 2 grams heavier than last year, but trust me, you will never feel that difference in your pocket. At first, I was hoping that tiny bit of extra weight meant a bigger battery. But nope, we are stuck with the exact same 26-hour quoted battery life as before. I am a little disappointed we did not get a bump to maybe 28 hours, especially since there is a shiny new chip running the show. Let us geek out for a second on performance. Under the hood, we have the A19 chip. But, in classic Apple fashion, it is double binned. That means it has 1 less GPU core than the regular iPhone 17, and 2 less than the 17 Pro. Honestly though, you will not notice this missing core unless you are pushing incredibly intensive games. And since the screen is capped at 60 Hz anyway, this GPU has more than enough horsepower to give you flawless 60 frames per second gaming. Plus, it still packs the same neural accelerators for AI tasks as the flagship phones, and the CPU is completely overkill. Fun fact, it is literally twice as fast as the iPhone 11. So if you are upgrading from an older phone, this thing will feel like a spaceship. There is a new C1X chip inside too, lifted straight from the iPhone Air. It is twice as fast as the old C1 chip. But here is where Apple dropped the ball again. There is no N1 chip, and the phone is completely stuck on Wi-Fi 6. Not even Wi-Fi 6E, guys. Wi-Fi 6 is a standard from 2019. Putting it in a phone right now feels a bit lazy, but I guess they had to cut costs somewhere. Moving on to the cameras. Do not expect any hardware miracles here. You are getting the exact same front and back cameras as last year. There is no fancy center stage camera where you can switch orientations without moving your hands. And despite being a 48 megapixel camera, the physical sensor is the smallest one in the entire 17 lineup. So if you're trying to shoot in low light or want that crazy cinematic background blur, this camera might struggle a bit. They did upgrade the software with what they call next generation portrait mode, giving you better focus control after you take the shot, but it is a minor tweak. Oh, and by the way, there is a brand new soft pink color added to the lineup alongside the standard black and white. Not my personal style, but hey, options are always good. But here is a feature that actually blew my mind. The screen durability. Apple did not cheap out here. They gave the 17e the brand new Ceramic Shield 2. This glass is insanely tough. People are running their phones caseless and screen protectorless for months without a single micro scratch. It takes a level 7 on the Mohs hardness scale just to see a mark, with deeper grooves at a level 8. So thumbs up to Apple for putting their most premium glass on their budget device. Pre-orders kick off on March 4th, and they start shipping on March 11th. But the real question is, should you actually buy this thing? Look, at $599 for 256 gigs of storage and an A19 chip, it is a solid deal if you absolutely refuse to leave the Apple ecosystem. But if you're willing to look around, the competition is brutal right now. For the exact same price, you could pick up a refurbished iPhone 15 Pro or a regular iPhone 16. Though you will have to settle for 128 gigs of base storage. Over in Android territory, the Pixel 10a upgraded to 256 gigs matches this exact price point. Google was super lazy and did not upgrade their chip this year, so the iPhone destroys it in raw power. But the Pixel gives you an ultra-wide camera, a bigger battery, and a 120Hz display that is noticeably brighter. And then there is the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. It actually costs $50 less than the iPhone 17e, and it is an absolute monster. You get a much better main camera, a telephoto lens, an ultra-wide lens, and a brilliant 120Hz always-on display. So, Apple definitely brought some heat with the storage and MagSafe, but dropping the ball on the dynamic island and battery life hurts. What do you guys think? Are you snagging the 17e for that 256 gig base storage, or are you taking your money over to Samsung or Google? Let me know down in the comments below. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all things tech. I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay awesome.